When they come in, they say, oh, our testing, they're not happy with the testing. You will not have a clue with television. You don't know nothing. How are you going to be happy with the testing? You cannot just stand and look in television like that and come conclusion says the waste. I brought engineer is telling me, oh, it's not economical to face. It's too costly to face. What war are you living? What plan are you living? I can go and buy a car with a blow engine. For you will have the car. The car costs £20,000. But it's going to cost you 4,000, 5,000 pounds to fix. I can decide, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to sell. I'm selling it for 1,000. But the engine will cost you 5,000 pounds to fix. If you want it, it's your choice. I bought it for 1,000. I spent 5,000 to fix it. Oh, maybe it will cost me 5,000. I decide to put it in the container, send it to Africa. It cost me 2,000 pounds to fix for Africa. I got a car of 20,000 pounds for 8,000. I saved 12,000 pounds.
But he, as a businessman and somebody using common sense, would not pay for something that is waste, because he would lose money if he were to do that.
So where the customer going to get the money for to come back and to buy another one of you? If you give me waste, where environmental agency is saying they're dumping it for landfill. It's not making no common sense. I buy only one and none they can sell, they can reuse. That's why our business works. You go to shop to buy new television. We have one they call, the shop will charge you. That you like it or not. You pay, if you buy new television, you are paying TV license. You buy new television here, they will charge you extra £30 on the, you don't know that. That will go for compliance scheme for what they call disposal, end of the line stuff for in this country. So something where those companies is recycling, they get paid money by DEFRA. That money is paid by me and you pay it. If I buy a new television tomorrow, I had compulsory you pay, but they won't tell you that. Africa will not have that. So Africa had to fight for themselves. If the environmental agency really be honest and be truthful, they should go to Africa, force the African government to have recycling everywhere.
The television in your country from the shop, the country took, disposal fees to be able to dispose of it. So if you carry it to the disposal site, the disposal fee is supposed to be used at that point. Why will you now carry the thing to this place on the disposal fee and expect me to accept it? That's the truth. Every electronic gadget you buy, there's a disposal fee attached to it. Who takes that money?
Yeah, some of the electronics are very sealed units. So if one small component goes wrong in that electronic device, things like smartphones, some laptops, there are very limited options for getting those products recycled and sometimes, getting those products repaired. And sometimes it's actually cheaper to just throw that product away and buy a new one.
You put a 20 TV there. Can you tell us that one the plug is cut? That one the cable is split. How long it take to fix? How long that one take to do? It's just a common sense. We'll say, okay, that one will take 5 minutes to put plug on. This one will take 2 minutes to fix. This one will take 1 minute to change the fuse. Some people in this country, if the fuse is gone, somebody is a rich burger sitting down there with a lot of money. Fuse is gone for a telly. It's not going to bother himself or call an engineer, oh, come and fix my telly for me. He take it out and put it for a car and buy a new one.
And we were working with companies saying, look, if you can not put these chemicals in the first place, you're not going to have these problems when they enter the waste stream. Some of those companies like Apple, made promises and have started to deliver on some of those promises. Their products now don't contain some of the chemicals that they used to. Unfortunately, some other brands, Dell and Toshiba and there are others, made some promises, but they haven't really gone through on their promises.
For example, if we take Ghana and the statistics for 2009, and I have to say that it's quite difficult to get the collected statistics because it's quite difficult to have statistics which are separated between waste, between e-waste and products. That is very difficult to get.
There is an issue of definition, and there is an issue of distinguishing, what is waste and what isn't, and there is an issue of perception, if I could call it that. The tradition, I guess, the traditional notion that the legislation like the Basel Convention is based on is, to put it in a simplified manner, that everything that's used is waste, and everything that's used and is waste is being dumped, and you have to stop that because it's dangerous, it's hazardous. So that's basically the way it was back in the 1970s and the 1980s, and quite a lot of these laws and including the Basel Convention are still, even though they're a bit more refined, but they're essentially still based on that.
So the Basel Convention is a framework, and yes, and we. Yes, so I think this is the main point, that whether it's a Basel Convention or any other multilateral environmental agreement, the main way, the main approach is actually is a carrot, not a stick, because in the international environmental law there is no really sticks, there are only carrots.
So environmental agency can't just stand in telling you, oh, I open this container, oh, cable of TV is cut. To change the cable take you 5 minutes, 2 minutes to change the cable. I can rewire the whole TV for bloody 10 minutes. Open the battery back case up, take the cable inside, wire, put it back inside, and wire it and come out. There's nothing wrong with it, it's not waste. Is this what environmental agency is claiming? Oh, we open the container, cable is peeled, cable is cut. We are not happy with it, it's a waste. So you are treating people like a bunch of idiots.
Whereas if you were to say this piece of equipment is not waste, it still functions. Joe Benson talked about that as well, and anybody could see, if something has a cable and you could plug it in and it works. It still functions. There's a market for it. And at the destination it will not be thrown in a dumping site, but it will be sold to somebody who will use that piece of equipment.
I follow container all the way to Africa. They clear it for port, pay duty, take it, go and dump it for landfill. If you find that, put me for prison for 100 years. I'll stay in prison for 100 years. I don't care. So that's why I'm saying it's all lies. It's the big boys want the materials. They'll come and say to the government, oh, we want the material. Stop selling second-hand goods to our Africans for all over the world. We Africans, we are not stupid. We are very clever people. We're not breaking the environment. The more you break it down, the more you destroy. The more you put for reuse, the more you save the environment. It's like now, they say population is coming too big. Every day is growing. Politicians are comfortable, oh, population is growing. 20 years time, we're not going to have water. We're not going to have food. Okay. We keep on building. We are building, all the lines going, Time will come, we run out of land. Nobody can grow food. It's the same thing with electronics. If we will not use what we have, we keep on breaking down, we keep on building. What happened to the environment? The environment will get fucked.